What's up you guys, it is Mike here, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys my Magical Musketeer deck profile that I just went top 4 with at a recent Remote Duel tournament that I joined online. And yeah guys, I'm sorry that it's been quite a long time since I've uploaded a video on the channel. I've just been caught up with so many things at work, and I've been not being able to find the time during my day offs to be able to just sit down and make a video for you guys. But I am back now, and I will try to do my best now to make some time for you guys and upload more consistently on the channel. So if you're excited to that, definitely give this video a thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you guys don't miss out anytime I upload videos. And then also let me know down in the comments below guys what you guys think of this deck, what deck profiles you want me to do next, and I'll definitely consider doing that. And just to give you guys a little warning before we step into the deck profile, I just want you guys to know that some of these cards are fake. Actually a lot of them here are fake, mainly because I have not actually been able to afford buying real cards, and the fact that this pandemic is kind of holding me back from, you know, earning more to buy real cards is what's keeping me up. And I also have some proxies here that I will be putting up for you guys, just because I had to actually borrow some cards from some of my friends to be able to complete this deck to compete in that tournament. So there's that. So yeah guys, either way, I'm just here to show you guys my deck profile for this. And yeah, so Magical Musketeers, this is the deck I piloted, mainly because this is one of my favorite decks to play with, and the fact that it's actually a really good medical, at least in my opinion, for the current format we're in. Because I know, like, right now we're under, at the time of recording, we're under a kind of a Numeron state kind of format, where everything Numeron is being splashed into everything, like in Elfledge, Subterrors, Altergeist, and many other places. So I kind of just wanted to go with this build because this is the one that I've seen most success with. And yeah guys, if you guys don't mind any of the restrictions I mentioned earlier, we'll just go ahead and get into the deck profile. So yeah guys, this is going to be a 40 card deck like usual, and we're obviously going to be starting off with the monsters, starting off with the best one in your deck, 3 Caspar. Obviously this is your main searcher of the deck, so all of them, in case you guys don't know, all your Magical Musketeer monsters all have the same effect, where it lets you special summon, well no, activate Magical Musketeer spells or traps from your hand during either player's turn. And this one is your searcher of the deck, because when a spell or trap is activated in its column, it lets you search out a Magical Musketeer spell or trap from your deck to your hand. So he's really good for searching out stuff like cross domination, Desperado for popping, yeah, cross domination for negation, Dancing Needle for crippling your opponent's grave, and many more. So yeah, definitely a 3-up in the deck. And then next, we're going for 3 Magical Musketeer Starfire. So Starfire, when a spell or trap is activated in her column, she will let you special summon a Magical Musketeer monster from your deck in defense. So she's really good for bringing out cards like Caspar from earlier. She's also really good for getting out your other bodies on board for like link plays, or for like extra utility. And she's also really good for bringing out cards like Calamity as well, for your rank 4 plays, and many more. So yeah, she's really important in the deck as well. And then next, we're going for I opted to go for 3 Kid Brave. Kid Brave, when a spell or trap is activated in his column, will let you discard a Magical Musketeer spell or trap, if I'm not mistaken, and lets you draw 2 cards. So yeah, he's basically your draw power of the deck. He's the one that helps you dig deeper in the deck to see more of your spells and traps. And yeah, I just opted to go for 3 because that drawing effect is just too good for me to pass up. So yeah, that's why I opted for 3. And then next, I went for 2 Magical Musketeer Doc. I'm really sorry, this looks super fake, but yeah, I don't really have a choice. But anyways, yeah, Magical Musketeer Doc, when a spell or trap is activated in his column, will actually let you actually let you target a Magical Musketeer spell or trap in your grave. and add it back to your hand. So he's really good for that recursion. He's good for getting out all the spells and traps that you've activated. And I just opted for go for 2 because in case I really need to summon one and I accidentally, want to get another one out of the deck, he's just really good for there. So he's really good for that recursion, and he's I would argue he's the one that can actually help you out the most when you're going into your grind game and stuff. So yeah. And then lastly, for our muskets, I went to go for 1 Calamity. So Calamity effect is that when she has a spell or trap activated in her combo, will let you target a Magical Musketeer monster in your graveyard and special summon any defense, kind of like how Doc gets stuff from the grave. So this one lets you summon a free musket from your grave yeah, basically. And she's really good, obviously, because she's a level 4, and she's if you guys know, level 4s and rank 4s go really well in this deck. You can play a lot of the really big ones, which I'll be getting into later on, but yeah, that's why she's here. And then last, for our non-musket cards, I am playing 2 Parallel Exceed. Yeah, so these are one of the proxies I'm playing in the deck. And this is obviously really good because you do link summon unlock in this deck with like cards like Max, Phoenix, and many others. And yeah, it's just a free rank 4 as well. And I just wanted to have more utility options for going into this. I opted to just go for 2 because at least with all the test sets that I've opened up with, I have not really reached a point where I've drawn both copies in my opening hand. So yeah, having the other one in my deck is almost always a guarantee for me, because I have actually get to draw both copies in my hand, so that's really good. But yeah, that's why it's here. It's just a free rank 4, lets you go into any kind of rank 4 that you choose, depending on your matchup. And then lastly, for our monsters, we are playing 1 Dino Wrestler Pankertop. So obviously this is just a free body on board for your link plays, and he's really good for popping stuff off of the board because it obviously has a quick effect where you can pop its tribute itself to pop a card on the field. So it's just really good for that removal, and it's obviously just a really good going second card in general. And that is it, guys, for the monsters. So we're gonna go ahead now and get into the the spells, I mean. And we're obviously gonna start off here with our best spell of the deck, 3 Cross Domination. So this one here says that if you control a Magical Musketeer monster, you can target 1 monster on the field, and it will let you change the attacking defense of one of your opponent's monsters to 0, and will also let you negate its effects. So obviously it's really good for effect negation, and it's obviously really good for crippling in their place, especially if they were a very normal reliant or normal summer reliant deck where you are able to negate their effects. It's just really good for that. And yeah, this is also obviously a little bit counters a little bit to the Numeron engine, where like if they drop Zexal on you and like they go into your well, actually, now that I think about it, no, scratch that, guys. That actually would not be good until you actually get a body on board. But yeah, either way, it's just really good for effect negation. And then next, we are playing 3 Forbidden Chalice. I opted to go for this because this is just one of the better cards to be playing in this meta right now with the Numeron engine going on, because you drop this on Zexal during your draw phase when they're trying to stop you from activating card effects and everything. You can just drop this, negate Zexal, and go on with your plays, which you will really need, because if Zexal drops and you're not able to activate any card effects, unlike other decks, this would actually potentially hurt you really bad, because you don't know how. Yeah, because this deck relies very much on its monsters. If you're not able to get a monster turn 1 to go on with your plays, then you're almost pretty much screwed. So yeah, it's obviously really good for effect negation, and also kind of like cross domination. It's also really good for negating any monster effect that's like normal summer line or something. So yeah. And then next, I went to go for 2 Sky Striker Mecha Eagle Booster. So this is just here just to help ensure that you can resolve max, because as you guys probably know, resolving max in this deck is very crucial, and it can help you snowball an advantage to your opponent depending on if they plan to overextend and everything, and you really do want to make sure that max does resolve. So this is just one of the key ways of being able to do that. At least in this tournament, it did not come up for me as much, but in the long run, especially if you're going to grind game, or if you're just need a really good utility card to help protect max in general, to help it resolve, or anything else that you need in general in the extra monster zone, then this is obviously really good. And then I am playing one Magical Musket Steady Hands. I do not really resolve this as much, and this attack boost that I gain from it doesn't come up as often, but it is still somewhat relevant if you want to go in for a little bit more damage if your muskets need it, because sometimes these muskets cannot really close on games real well, and something like this can help close in for that damage, especially if you're going into time and you need to attack. Then yeah, this is obviously really good. So yeah, that's why it's here. And then I opted to go for one Upstart Goblin. It's just a free draw in the deck, and obviously it also helps trigger your musket effects when you activate them in your column. And obviously you don't care about giving your opponent 1000 life points. It's no big deal. And then the next card is one Reload. I know this may seem a little bit strange, but I opted to go for this because sometimes your hands, when you some of the hands that you open up with your muskets is sometimes just not as good, especially if you're trying to get a monster to your field to help gain your advantage over your opponent that tends to overextend. This can obviously be really good to extend on that. I might replace it with something else someday. You guys can probably let me know in the comments below what you would replace this with, but for now this is what I opted to go with. And yeah, it has not actually come up as much during this tournament or in any of my games in general, but yeah, it's still really good in case you really need to get a better hand. And obviously it's also really good for triggering your muskets effects in their columns. And then the one Monster Reborn, this is obviously just a really good extender in the deck, and obviously a free trigger off of your muskets when you activate them in your column, and it's also really good for getting out whatever you need out of the grave to help you further your grind game. And then the one Mind Control, obviously because this is just a really good going second card, and just like all the other spells here, it's just a free trigger off of your muskets for snowballing your opponent in advantage. So yeah, that's why that's here. And then for the one Double or Nothing, so seeing this, you guys probably know what's coming up in my extra deck, but yeah, it's just here for the Utopia package here, and it's obviously really good because you do play at least 4 different level 4s in this deck, being, well actually it's like 3, 4, actually 5 different level 4s in this deck, including the 3 Starfire and 1 Calamity, and then the 2 Parallel Exceed. So yeah, you have plenty of ways to get into your rank 4s and go into the Utopia double package to help OTK your opponent, and this has actually helped me close out a lot of games a lot more easily than before. So yeah, that's why that's here. And that is it, guys, for these spells. Now we'll go ahead and go into the trap lineup, and for our first trap we're gonna be playing 3 Magical Musket Desperado. So Desperado is here because when you activate from your hand, you can target a card on a face-up card on your opponent's field and then destroy it. So it's really good for popping cards that your opponent needs, and it's just there to help remove big threats on the board. It is unfortunate that it targets, but it is what it is. It's still pretty decent, and yeah, I just opted to keep it at 3 because of that. And then next, 3 Last Stand. So I know some people play this at 2, but for me personally, the 3 Last Stand has actually helped me a lot more, especially when I go into grind game, and in case I'm not really able to recur it that much with Doc, having 3 in the deck has just really helped me out so well, because obviously when you activate this, when your Speller Trap, when your opponent activates a Speller Trap, I mean, you can just activate this and negate it and destroy it, and the fact that it's a counter trap just makes it that much better due to the fact that your opponent, unless they're playing some sort of solemn package in their deck, will have a hard time getting around. But yeah, I just opted to go for 3 because it's just really good at that ratio, and for me at least, and it's performed really well for me going to grind game. And then next, I am playing 2 Infinite Impermanence. So yeah, it's just really good for baiting. It's good for getting out, forcing out any negation that your opponent might have, and it's just really good, obviously, for playing, especially sometimes if you're really desperate and you need to trigger a musket in their column going first, and they like negate you or something. With it, you could just set this under your musket column and then negate something in that column to help trigger their effects, and also to help disrupt their plays, especially if they're a normal summon reliant deck. So yeah, that's why that's here. And then 1 Fiendish Deal. So this is just here for protection for your muskets, and obviously when it leaves, you get a free search off of it. That effect actually has not come up as much, but the one that helps protect your muskets from not being able to be destroyed by battle or by card effects has just helped me out so much, and it's obviously really good in the deck to help ensure that that you can help keep your muskets on the board one way or another. It is just a bit sad that it is a continuous trap, and it does kind of clog up your spell and trap zone when you want to activate a certain musket in that column, but it's easy to just get around that with cards like Max in your deck. So yeah, that's why that's here. And then the 1 Dancing Needle. I'm not sure if I want to bump this up to 2 or if I'm just going to keep it here at 1, but at least right now it's actually been doing pretty well at 1, and obviously all these musket cards are pretty searchable, so I wouldn't really mind playing this at 1. I might go for 2 someday, I'm just not sure, because right now in the current format we're in, it actually can be a really good meta call against decks like Eldritch, where you can just banish their Eldritch Golden Lord and they're almost practically done for. I'm not really sure how that would go against Adamantipator and everything else. Yeah, maybe it could be better, I'm not sure. Eldritch is the only one I can think at the top of my head where this would be really effective against, but I'm not sure. You guys could definitely let me know what you guys think in the comments below, but yeah, for now I just opted to go for 1. And then lastly, for our traps, I am going for 1 Crooked Crown. So obviously this one here is here for giving you a free body from your hand, because when you activate this, you get to special summon a Magical Musket from your hand to the field, and yeah, it's just really for getting a free body on board, especially if you draw into stuff like Calamity and you want to help go into your rank 4 place when you have Starfire in the field. It's just really good for that, and if not, it's also just really good for getting out any other musket that you really need to trigger during your turn, I mean, so that you can help plus more and gain more advantage over your opponent. So yeah, that's why that's here. And obviously the little main monster lock that you gave for a bit can be somewhat relevant, but yeah, it's not really been proven to be too effective, at least for me during my matchup. So yeah, that's why that's here. And that is it, guys, for the main deck. Now we'll go ahead and go into the extra deck, and obviously your best monster in your extra deck is going to be 3 Magical Musketeer Max. This card is just insane in this deck, being that when you link summon into this, you just get to either activate either one of its effects, where you can special summon Magical Musket monsters up to the number of spells or traps your opponent controls, or you can add Magical Musket spells and traps from your deck to your hand up to the number of monsters they control. So yeah, this card is just really good for this deck, and it helps you gain so much advantage if your opponent extends, and it's obviously the one you'll be going into mostly in this deck. So yeah, that's why I play this. There's no reason not to play less than this. It's just that good. And then for our only rank 3 in this deck, I am playing 1 Break Sword. I do not go into this as much. It is somewhat useless in this deck. Not completely useless. It's sometimes good for spot removal. I'm just not sure how I feel about playing this. I might change this out for something else pretty soon. feel free to, you know, suggest something to me, guys, in the comments below if you want to. But right now I just opted to go for this because it's just generic. And the one that I alluded to earlier, we are playing the Utopia double package. So obviously you overlay first into Utopia double, search all double or nothing from the deck, and then overlay for Utopia. Then when you go into Utopia, you attack with it, negate its own attack, activate double or nothing, get up to 10,000, and then boom, OTK your opponent right then and there. It's just that good. It's really hard for me to not pass up on it because it has helped me close out games so well, especially also during this tournament where when I just drop Utopia double, they practically just go into game 2, and yeah, it's just, yeah, I can't just not play this. It's just that good. And then for our rank 4s here, I'm playing one Abyss Dweller. Obviously really good for locking out your opponent in the grave. It's really good against decks like Eldritch or any other graveyard reliant deck, like maybe zombies or something, because that's one of the other decks I play against. Anything that just relies on the grave, like Salamander also, for example, it's just really good right now. And yeah, it's just really hard for me not to play it. And then next, one Evo Swarm Exciton Knight. I do not go into this as option, but I just kept it here as utility for utility options if I really want to do a board wipe and want to help close out games. I might switch this someday soon for the new Zeus Xyz monster that just got announced. I'm not sure if I want to though. I'm still trying to figure out the ratios and everything, but for now I'm just keeping this here because it's just really good for board wipes and help clearing out, you know, any kind of threat on, you know, on the field in general. And then next, one Tornado Dragon. So obviously just really good back row removal, and obviously it helps bait out any kind of negate in your opponent's back row that you wish. Like against Salad, you can use this to have them force themselves to activate Rage or Roar, and then you can use this against Eldritch to pop out, you know, any of their set traps or something. And yeah, I don't know, it's just it's really good for back row removal, obviously. And then next, one Time Thief Doer. I might change this also as well because I'm not sure how I feel about keeping this in the deck because I do not actually go into this as much. But it's obviously just really good for crippling your opponent's deck and for help you getting more advantage over them and help, you know, protecting itself, because, you know, when it has that effect where, you know, you can just manage itself until your next standby phase, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's just a really good rank 4 sometime for me to go in. And then for our last rank 4, I'm playing one Baguska. I also do not go into this as much, and it's just really good for stalling, especially if I need to see some of my musket cards. It does not hurt you as much because all of your musket cards are all just blanket effects, and yeah, it's just really good not for me to pass on because yeah, it's just really good for stalling and stuff without me needing to play cards like Mystic Line or something. And then lastly, for our links, I am playing one Phoenix, one for back removal, one Unicorn for shuffling stuff back in the deck, one Hip Hit Shonen for, you know, that little attack boost, and obviously also really good for searching out a Magical Musket monster from your grave as well, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And then Borsard for OTKs, because obviously you want to OTK with this deck as quickly as you can sometimes if you're not gonna want to, you know, go for the control game, which is mostly what I'm mostly opting for right now. So yeah, but yeah guys, that is it. That is gonna be my deck profile for Magical Musketeers. I really do enjoy playing this deck. This is my second favorite deck for me to play with, and I have had a really good time playing this, and I might up this real soon. I just have not figured out all the ratios yet, or figure out what else I might want to play. But do let me know, guys, what you guys think in the comments below. And again, don't forget to like this video if you like it, and, you know, dislike it if you don't. And let me also Also note down in the comments below, guys, what other deck profiles you want to see, or what other content you want to see in general. It really does, help me out. And if you guys do enjoy my content, want to see more videos like this or anything else in general, then make sure you subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you guys don't miss out anytime I upload videos. And that's gonna be it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is January 45 signing off.